Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like, I appreciate it. Harley Davidson has finally given us their big reveal for their 2023 lineup. Not a whole lot of surprises here. I think most everybody had kind of predicted what was going to happen, or it had already leaked or something. But the one big news that I saw is that this is the 120th year for Harley Davidson, and so they have a new 120th anniversary collection. You'll see those bikes as we go through the list. We also have a new trike. We'll talk about that. And we have of course, the new Nightster, which we knew about, but also a Nightster Special. And from what I saw, a lot of people were hoping for, they have brought back the Breakout bike. Whole new type of hot rod style bike is the Breakout. A lot of people were hoping they would bring in a Revolution Max 975 engine version of the Pan America, which they did not do, at least not as of this point. They did bring in a Pan America 1250 Special, so we'll talk about that as well. We all knew that they were going to shut down the Sportster Evo line that has been discontinued. One thing that was guessed at by some people in the industry and that has come true, and I am fairly frustrated by it, was that they have discontinued the Road King Standard. They now only have the Road King Special, which is a very different style bike than the Road King Standard was. The reason I'm frustrated is because as I have looked at what my next bike would be, I have very seriously considered the Road King Standard. And now it's no longer around. So, having said that, let's get into the lineup. Let's check out what's here. We're going to talk through the prices and some of the different features on the bikes as well. We start off with the sports bikes, and at the bottom of that list is the Nightster. It is running the new Revolution Max engine 975. This has 70 foot-pounds of torque and 90 horsepower, a 27-inch seat height, a 3.1 gallon tank. It runs 480 pounds wet, and it starts with at 13,500 for the black, and then an additional $450 fee for if you want color. It has all LED lights, an analog display on it. As far as riding stance, it is a forward riding position, slightly aggressive with mid-mount controls. The tank on this actually sits underneath the seat. What looks like the tank is your airbox cover. This brings the weight farther down, lowers the center of gravity of the bike, and from what I understand is supposed to make it a lot easier to handle. Alright, and then the brand new Nightster Special basically gives you some different wheel rims, passenger seat and foot pegs on it. Gives you a 4-inch TFT display instead of the analog, with Bluetooth included on that. This starts out at $15,000 with a $450 color upgrade. And the other sports bike is now, of course, the Sportster S, which was new last year. This is running the Revolution Max 1250T engine. It has 94 foot-pounds of torque, 121 horsepower, 29-inch seat, 3.1 gallon tank, 500 pounds, $16,400 for the black with a $450 upgrade cost. Similar to the Nightster Special, has all the LED lights, the TFT display, forward riding position, forward controls on this one, and it has the standard gas tank where we see it. It does not have the gas tank underneath the seat like the Nightster does. I saw one of these in a dealer. I went into a dealer this past weekend just to talk to them about some different things, and they had one of these in stock. And when I look at it on a website or on the pictures, I'm not really excited about this bike. It does look pretty cool on the floor when it's sitting there with all the other bikes. I wouldn't mind giving it a try. Okay, so we move to the cruiser lineup. All of the cruisers and the touring bikes are all using Milwaukee 8 engines. We don't go back to the Revolution Max engine until we get to the Pan America. First bike on the list is the Softail Standard. It is a Milwaukee 8 107. This runs about 110 foot-pounds of torque, somewhere around 92 horsepower. Most of these bikes, they don't give me the horsepower, so I'm probably just not going to bother talking about it, but I did a Google search and it said something around 92 or something like that, of horsepower on the Milwaukee 8 107. So anyway, 110 foot-pounds of torque. This has a 25.8-inch seat height, 3.5 gallon tank, 655 pounds wet. It starts at $14,400 with a $950 upgrade if you want ABS, and it only comes in black. It has all LED lights, a 2-inch LCD display that gives you your speed, your gear, your tack, your fuel, etc. Seems pretty small to me, but anyway. It has an upright riding position with mid controls. So that's basically your bottom of the line cruiser as far as that goes. $14,400 isn't bad for a brand new Harley. Okay, next up is the Street Bob 114. Has a 114 engine, 119 foot-pounds of torque, somewhere around 100 horsepower, 25.8-inch seat height as well, 3.5 gallon tank, also 655 pounds wet. This one is $16,600 for black, has a $625 upgrade for color, and a $950 upgrade for ABS. All LED lights. It also has the 2-inch LCD display. It is upright riding with mid controls as well. Basically, it's the same as the Softail with a slightly bigger engine. It has a passenger seat and pegs, and it is all blacked out. So that is basically the only difference between the Softail Standard and the Street Bob 114. All right, now the Fat Bob 114 obviously has a 114 engine. Again, 119 foot-pounds of torque, 27.7-inch seat height, so a little taller, 3.5 gallon tank, 675 pounds wet, $18,900 for black, $525 upgrade for color, $950 upgrade for ABS. All LED lights, 4-inch analog digital mix display, so it gives you your analog speedometer, and then some of your other things like your gear indicator and fuel and all that stuff are on a little digital display in the middle. Has an upright riding position, forward controls on the Fat Bob, and it includes cruise control. All right, now the Fat Boy 114. Again, 114 with 118 or 119 foot-pounds of torque, 25.7-inch seat height. This goes up to a 5-gallon tank, about 700 pounds wet, $20,200 for black with a $525 color upgrade, $850 color upgrade for two-tone, $950 ABS, and for the first of the bikes, this is the first one where we see the 120th anniversary edition for a $1,500 upgrade on this one. Very sharp looking paint job on this. Looks absolutely fantastic. Has all LED lights, a 5-inch analog digital mix display, has a relaxed riding position, floorboards, passenger seat, but does not have cruise available on it that I can see. Okay, we move up to the Lowrider S. This is a 117 engine, has about 125 foot-pounds of torque, moves up a little bit in the horsepower in the low 100s. Again, 27-inch seat height, 5-gallon tank, 679 pounds wet, $18,200 for this with a $525 color upgrade, $950 ABS upgrade, all LED lights. Almost all of them have LED lights. There's only a couple of them that still have halogen lights. Your 4-inch analog digital display, upright riding position, mid controls, cruise control included, and it has a cafe style windscreen, and it is fully blacked out. That is the Lowrider S. And then the Lowrider ST is the touring version of the Lowrider S. It is 721 pounds wet. All the other engine specs are the same. 22,200 to start. It is a $700 color upgrade as opposed to $525. This comes with ABS standard though. It has the 2-inch LCD screen that we saw on the Softail Standard and the Street Bob. And this one has a frame-mounted fairing. So frame-mounted fairing means that when you turn your handlebars, the fairing doesn't move. And this one has bags on it, saddlebags. That is the Lowrider ST starting at $22,200. And now we have the brand new Breakout 117. So they put the big 117 engine on this sucker. This is like a hot rod type, almost a chopper style bike, 123 foot-pounds of torque, 25.6 inch seat height, so nice and low, 5-gallon tank, 683 pounds wet, 21,000 even to start, $525 color upgrade. ABS comes standard and it has the 2-inch LCD display. It is a stretched ride with forward controls and a passenger seat on it. Now we move to the Heritage Classic, the top of the cruiser line. It is using a 114 engine, 119 foot-pounds of torque, 26.3 inch seat height, 5-gallon tank, 728 pounds wet. It ranges from 21,200 to 22,950 with several different options for colors and upgrades. ABS comes standard. It has the 5-inch analog digital gauge, has an upright riding position with a passenger seat, floorboards, saddlebags, and a detachable windshield. Okay, so that is it for the cruisers. We now go to the adventure touring bikes. We only have two. The standard Pan America 1250 uses the Revolution Max 1250, 94 foot-pounds of torque, 150 horsepower on this one, 32-inch seat height, 5.6 gallon tank, 540 pounds wet, starting at 17,700. It has a 6.8-inch TFT display with cruise coming standard, ABS is standard. It is an upright ride with mid controls, and it has a frame-mounted fairing and a passenger seat. All come standard. Now the Pan America 1250 Special ranges from $20,400 to $23,250. It has a bunch of different upgrade options on it. One of them, as I was talking in the Harley dealer this past weekend, is an adaptive ride height. When you get on the bike, it actually has a lower seat height. When it senses you start moving, it pushes it up a little bit. And when it senses you start slowing down, it can actually lower the going down to a stop. It lowers the seat height down for you to make it easier to get your feet on the ground or to get on or off the bike, as I understand, if I understand that correctly. This one has different wheels on it than the Pan America Standard. The Pan America 1250 Special ranges from $20,400 to $23,250. Now we move to the Grand America Touring category, as they call it, basically the touring bikes. And we start off on the low end with the Road Glide. The Road Glide is now the least expensive of the touring options, the Road Glide and Street Glide. So we start off with the Road Glide with a 107 engine, which again, about 111 foot-pounds of torque. This has a 25.9 inch seat height, a 6-gallon tank, 855 pounds wet, ranging from 22,000 to 25,800. This has a frame-mounted fairing as well, the shark nose shaped fairing with the double lights on it. This has an upright riding position with floorboards, passenger seat, saddlebags, all LED. And then we have the Street Glide, which is basically the same engine specs as the Road Glide, 26-inch seat, so 0.1 inch higher or whatever, 6-gallon tank, 830 pounds wet, so about 25 pounds lighter. It is the same price, $22,000 to $25,800. This has halogen lights and a fork-mounted batwing fairing, which means fork-mounted, meaning that when you turn the handlebars, the fairing turns with them. Again, upright riding position, floorboards, passenger seat, and saddlebags. Now, the only real difference between the Road Glide and the Street Glide is the fairing and the fact that the Street Glide still has all halogen lights, not LEDs, and yet they're the same price. To me, this is like a downgrade to go down to the fork-mounted batwing fairing and halogen lights, but it's the same price. So, I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me, but hey, whatever. All right, we now go to the Road King Special. So this is the remaining model of the Road King that is left after all of the cuts. The Road King Special has a 114 engine, 118 foot-pounds of torque, 26.4-inch seat height, 6-gallon tank, 807 pounds wet, a little bit lighter, $24,000 to $25,750. It has ABS and cruise. It is an upright riding position with floorboards, passenger seat, saddlebags. It is all blacked out, and it does not have a windshield option that I could find. I even went to the parts section on the website and the windshields and filled in the model for a 2023 Road King Special, and it said there are no parts available. Now, maybe they just haven't made them yet or made them available on the website yet. I don't know. But as of right now, you cannot buy a windshield for the Road King Special, which to me kind of defeats the point, because I would want to take this bike out on the highway, on long roads and whatnot, but I don't want to do that without some sort of wind protection, and so to not have that available on this bike just doesn't make sense to me. I guess it's a little bit more of a hot rod type of style. Anyway, it is what it is. All right, next up is the Road Glide Special. This is the same as the Road Glide, except it has a 114 engine upgrade. It has different rims on it, the fancier saddlebags, kind of the dropped long saddlebags, and some models blacked out. This ranges from $28,000 to $32,000 for the price range on it. Then the Street Glide Special, exact same thing, except with the batwing fairing and the halogen lights. A 114 engine, different rims, fancier saddlebags, some models blacked out, $28,000 to $32,000. Now we have the Road Glide Limited. The Road Glide Limited also has the 114 engine, 122 foot-pounds of torque, 27-inch seat, 932 pounds wet, ranging from $29,400 to $34,300. It has a passenger seat with a backrest, so with a full tour pack, and it has closeouts on the front to keep the wind off your legs. The next one is the Ultra Limited. The Ultra Limited is kind of like the full dresser version. So like the Road Glide Limited is to the Road Glide, the Ultra Limited is to like the Street Glide, in the sense that it has I believe it has the batwing fairing on it. 114 engine, 122 foot-pounds of torque, 27.5-inch seat, 917 pounds wet, 29,800 to 34,700. Has the full passenger seat with the backrest and the tour pack closeouts on it. That is the Ultra Limited. And then the Road Glide ST. Very cool looking bike, very expensive bike. Has the 117 engine on it with 127 foot-pounds of torque. This has a 26.7-inch seat, 842 pounds wet, 30,000 to 31,850. This is all blacked out options, a single seat only, upright riding position with floorboards and saddlebags. The Street Glide ST to go with it. Same thing, 117 engine, 23.7-inch seat on this one, lower, 814 pounds wet, 30,000 to 31,850. Again, blacked out single seat, upright riding position floorboards and saddlebags on the Street Glide ST as well. Both of them very cool looking bikes. The last of the touring bikes is the super duper amazing CVO Road Glide Limited Anniversary Edition bike with a 117 engine, and this has a 28-inch seat height, 963 pounds wet. That is a heavy sucker, and because of the Anniversary Edition, this puppy costs $52,000. Now we move on to the trikes. In the trikes area, we start off with the Freewheeler. The Freewheeler has a 114 engine, 122 foot-pounds of torque, 26.2-inch seat height. Now, obviously, weight doesn't really matter as much on these because they're trikes. This one has 1,110 pounds of weight, wet, 6-gallon tank. This is all halogen lights. For this price, $30,000 to $31,500, depending on your paints and upgrades. To put on halogen lights, to me, is ridiculous. Just put on LED lights already. Okay, upright riding position, floorboards, passenger seat, and the trunk, of course. And then the new one, the brand new trike, included in 2023 is the Road Glide 3 with a 114 engine. This has a 26.5-inch seat. This one is a little bit heavier, 1,163 pounds, 6-gallon tank, also halogen lights, ranging from $33,000 to $35,000. Obviously, it's a little heavier because of the fairing on the front. The last, which is the Tri-Glide Ultra. Again, a 114 engine, 27-inch seat height, 1,243 pounds, 6-gallon tank, LED lights on the Tri-Glide Ultra, $36,500 to $41,300, that being for the Anniversary Edition on the $41,300. Also has the Tour Pack on the back. So there you go, folks. There is the entire lineup of 2023 bikes from Harley Davidson. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think? Which ones you would like? If money were not an object, what would you buy of the Harley Davidson bikes? Upcoming in my next video will be my top pick for the Harley Davidsons, and if I could afford one of these crazy expensive bikes, what I would buy. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. Appreciate your support. Take care.